what is the schedule? Microsoft project, and I know only a tiny little piece of it, guys, is so powerful that it allows you to allocate certain amount of time and resources for certain tasks from the pre-design all the way into the commissioning of the building. Why do we have a plan? In the electrical industry, like in any other construction industry, guys, a plan will guarantee you reaching the destination that you would like to go to. If you don't have a plan, your chances of reaching your destination is almost nil. In the construction industry, is so important when you have multi-discipline working on one project. Like I said yesterday, Derek, the electrical industry is only 10% of any construction design build project, only 10%. So your pie, that little piece of pie that you have, that 10%, has to fit in a bigger pie. And you cannot take more time than you are allocated to, otherwise you're going to interfere with other people's business, right? In order for the project to start on time and finish on time under budget, schedule is vital, essential. Did you guys hear me? That's why we use schedule. The last class they're going to do with me is called project management. We go through the stages of project and project management estimating in the spring. All what I would like to achieve from this, I was talking to the architectural guys, they spend, I don't know how you can spend on that one, they spend 19 days for 19 weeks, 4 hours a day on this Microsoft project. It's a lot of time to spend. So for us guys, we're going to do it 3 times. We're going to do it actually 2 times. We used to do it 3 times. We're going to design a project for the commercial project, the schedule for the commercial project, and then we're going to do it for the industrial project, and then we'll touch on both of them when we do project management. Did you guys hear me? Okay, what's the goal of this software? The goal of this software is to guarantee you starting on time and finishing on time within budget and resources. Did you guys hear me? When you allocate 4 hours to meet with the inspector, you cannot take 24 hours to meet with the inspector. So some of you, have you used this one? You didn't have to use this software. So everybody's at this page, right? Everybody's there? Cool. Let's go start. Before we start, guys, we're going to start the project. So I'm going to go click on the project here. And like any of Microsoft projects, there's all these tabs, and get project information. Project information. The project information is, we're going to start, can you guys see the start date here? Everybody can see the start date. I would like you to put our start date. We started on October 7. So let's go to October 7 and click October 7 is our start date. Everybody did that one? Check that, done. Cool. Everybody's there? Matt? Cool. Then, while you're here, this is where you assign when your project is going to start. You can change this one at any time. Current date is we're on the 17th, and then it says finish date. It takes the task will give you the finish date. You're going to see the finish date. Schedule from the starting date. What you're telling the software is, we're going to start at this point. We're going to move forward with certain assignment and certain allocation of time, and make my schedule based on that reference point moving forward. The calendar that we're going to be using here, guys, is a standard calendar. You can have 24-hour if it's a project, 24 hours, or you can have a night shift and so forth. We're just going to work 8 hours a day, five days a week, from, I don't know, from 7 o'clock until 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Cool? Normal working hours. Thumbs up, Chad. Everybody's good there? Cool? Okay. So that's the first point that we're going to do. Then what I would like you guys to do is, let me show you how our PDF is going to look like. The first thing we want to do here from this project is, let's go to 200. I would like to say the name of the project. Can you guys see that? I want my project to say commercial project, the first thing. And then this is what you guys are going to be typing with me. We're going to do commercial project. The first stage is called commercial project. Then we're going to have schematic design. We're going to have design development. So first, this is the name of my project. Then we will have the schematic design. The schematic design, this is when you sit with the owner and say, what type of a building do you want to develop? What type of voltages do you want to use? What type of UPS system? So you start picking ideas from the owners when you meet with them. So that's your, and then based on the ideas they get from the owner, guys, and then you meet with the electrical utilities to make sure that they have enough juice in their system in that particular location. You come up with a riser. So these are the tests that we're going to be going. The first stage of work before we even start the project is we need to meet with the owner. Why we meet with the owner? Those are the guys who are going to pay your salary. They're going to hire us to do $2 million jobs. Okay, so I'm going to go, so the way this works, guys, I'm going to go make, minimize this one. And why don't you go type, just type here, commercial project. Commercial project. Here's the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have my commercial project. Cool. And right underneath the commercial project, I'm going to have my, what did we call it? We called it a schematic design. So let's go. This is the first stage that I'm going to be doing, schematic design. Commercial project and schematic design. Cool? Everybody's good there? Now, the first stage of the work is going to be called schematic design. What is the schematic design? A conceptual. They call it conceptual design at Mashhad. You'll probably hear it. Who does that? The project managers. They meet with the owner. You guys want to build a hospital. Yep. The city of whatever. Alina wants to build a hospital. They have a big meeting. They meet with the engineering firm, and then we start picking up their brains. What type, how many rooms, what type of voltage, what type of service. So these are that you hammer when you do schematic design. The big picture, the voltage, the size. We're going to have a 4,000 amp switchgear. Cool. We're going to have 15 panels. Cool. We're going to have 15 floors. So you start looking at the big picture. That's what you do in schematic design. For our schematic design, guys, the first thing we need to do, we're going to meet with the guy who's going to pay your salary. So it's called meet with owner. So we're going to go meet with Mr. Owner. For meeting with owner, okay, here's my meeting with owner. Everybody got that one, guys? Oops, I'm jumpy here. Now let's go to the duration. That's the first task I'm going to do. Click on duration, guys. Here's meeting with owner, and I'm going to assign how many. I'm going to assign a meeting with owner 4 hours. So type 4 and put H next to it. Type 4 and H. That will get you 4 hours. 4 hours. And do me a favor. I'm going to make this task under schematic design. So go to tasks, and can you guys see where indent? Click on that task because this is going to be under schematic design, and hit the word indent here. Can you guys see that? Now you got yourself a task under a category. Did you guys hear me? See what I did? Everybody get that one? And now since both of them are under the commercial project, click on the schematic design and also hit indent. You see how you start looking like I have a commercial project. The first category or design development phase, the first phase I'm going to work on this project is called schematic design. The first task of the schematic design is going to be meet with the owner. Can I have a thumbs up, Chad, when you guys are there? Am I the only one who's slow, kid here? You guys are ahead of me. Can you guys see it now? Start allocating a time and moving the timetable. Can you guys see the timetable? The Gantt chart is called Gantt chart. Start building up your Gantt chart. All right, so now let's assign who is going to be meeting with the owner. Double click on the task, guys. It will tell you under resources. Put yourself as a resource because you are the only people working. So I'm going to say Chad Kurdi and meet with the owner, and you are assigned 100%. Assignment. The only thing you can put costs and everything else. The only thing I would like you guys, the resources Chad Kurdi, and I'm going to assign 100% of my time. I'm the one who's going to meet with them. Now, if you have 5-6 people, what do? You type the people right here and assign to them 5%, 10%. You know, those guys are going to be just come, walk in, walk out, or are they going to be sitting in every single meeting with the owner? Okay, that's 100%. You're meeting with the owner and getting all the information. If you have a team, what do? You start writing your team right here. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We got that one? Cool. Okay, so here's my resource. My resource is Chad Kurdi. That's going to be with the owner. That's the first task. That's my first task. My second task that we're going to do, guys, is now we met with the owner. Why do we meet with the owner? Those are the people who are going to pay your salary. When we meet with the owner, guys, um, when we meet with the owner, uh, we come up with ideas what they're going to be doing, and then we need to also meet with electrical utility. Why do we meet with electrical utility like Excel? If they want to build the hospital in the edge of town here, do they have enough juice in the transmission line to get me there? Is that important? If they want to put a 2 megawatt hospital, do you have enough juice, or do you want to talk about transmission lines going into that area? So why don't we go and meet again, meet with electrical utility. Or electrical company. Okay, meet with electrical utilities. I'm going to get mine. A task. How you can expand. Everybody knows how you can expand these a little bit. Expand these. Okay, now how long do you want to meet with those guys? I'm allocating, based on that one, I'm allocating 2 hours. So let's put type 2 and H. Here's 2 hours. So I'm meeting with electrical utilities. What type? Who's the resource for this? You can click here and pick the same. Can you guys, if you click on the resource, it gives you, here's the resources. Do you want to use Chad Curdy again to meet with the utility? Click on it. Yep. So I am meeting with the utility. I'm it. If you have another resource, what do? You go pick up that resource. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that process? Okay. Now we met with our resources. Okay. We met with the last thing we want to do is when we meet with the owner, we meet with the utilities. I don't know what we had also here when we got that. Meet with the owner, meet with the utility. We're going to have a design sketch. We're going to have a design sketch of riser, a riser one-line diagram. So the second task is design sketch and comma riser. And I'm going to say power riser. So be clarified, power riser. I'm going to come up with the power riser. Why do we care about the power riser, Karen? Because power riser, the switch gear, guys, is the single most important thing in your building. That's the backbone of the electrical system. What size main panel? You guys were doing that yesterday for me. You're doing the load calculation. That's what you're doing, is the backbone of the electrical system in terms of money and in terms of operation and in terms of installation. That's switch gears and all the panels that you do, that's the backbone. So we need to come up with a schedule, with a sketch of the riser, so we can give it to Cutler Hammer and say, hey guys, can you give us a rough estimate about this 4,000 amp switch gear and 15 to 25 amp panels and 3 transformers and blah, blah, blah. Can you guys give us a rough estimate? So we send it to somebody and they can give you a rough estimate how much it's going to cost you to purchase these equipment. Okay, come up with a sketch. I have 2 hours here. Let's give them 4 hours. 4 hours. And again, I am not worried too much about the time here. I'm not worried, guys, about too much about the time here. You know why? Because you know, based on your experience, you're going to be developing these times, right? The only time you come up with, these are good estimate, but when you work, your project manager, Mishad Cooley, is the one from his own experience with these times. We have done 15 trillion riser sketch. It'll take me 1 hour to sketch it on a napkin, almost. You know what I mean? So these are the project managers. They sit there. They don't have to even draw, guys, with Revit or CAD. They just sit. I talk to, people. They would be sitting at the restaurants and sketch a riser of the whole project, and just to think about with the owner on a napkin, literally, if they're having a meeting. Or typically, what we do at this time is we do a CAD. A project engineer will sketch it by hand, draw by hand what the riser is going to look like. They give it to you, one of you guys go print this one for me so we can take to the owner and meet and see if this is what they want. Cool? So that's what you're going to be doing. Design a sketch. All right, so that's the first, again, and my intention, guys, here is not to go through every single stage of schematic design. There is a lot of stages of schematic design. These are the minimum ones I would like you to focus on in this project. Cool? We're done now with the schematic design. We're going to move into the next. So now we have decided on the riser. We met with the owner gave us information, we met the utilities, we have our juice, and we have just came up with the backbone of the power electrical system. When you come up with the backbone of the electrical system and get all your information, did you see that narrative that you got from Michelle Cooley-Erickson? That's the one you develop when you meet with the owner. You go literally through step by step and say, here's what we have. And if the owner is not uneducated owner, so what you do is you take one of your narratives that you've done for a similar project, a hospital, a sport arena, and say, here's what we have done for the city of Minneapolis when we build the stadium, right? Or the state of Minnesota. What do you guys think? Here's what we did. Why don't you guys review it? Now, when you review it, sometimes it takes weeks, guys, for their team to review and blah, blah, blah. But then they come up with a narrative. So here's your narrative for design. That's what you come up with, which is we'll build you riser and everything in it. Okay, we're done with this stage. We're good. Everybody's happy. Did we assign who's developing the riser? Click on this one, guys, and let's go. I need a drafter, so I'm gonna go Adam. I have my son Adam Kurdi, so I'm gonna have Adam Kurdi. Another Adam. So I put Adam Kurdi, my son, to develop the riser, or Adam Custerman too will be developing the riser, or somebody else. Cool. In your case, who's going to be developing the riser? You. You're it. You're developing the riser. Okay. Let's move to the next stage. The next stage, guys, would be, and then we'll do linking. Hold your horses. We're doing linking. We'll talk about linking in a second. You know what? It's a good time to talk about linking here. Now, let me ask you this. And Brian, can you develop a riser before you meet with the owner? Think about it. Can you develop a riser before we meet the owner?
No.
Can't. You can dream of it, but you still have to verify with the owner, right? Can you develop a riser without verifying the juice with the electrical utilities? No. You have to. Or can you meet with the utility before you meet with the owner? You can't. These have to be sequential. So how are you going to make them sequential? These tasks cannot be simultaneously executed. Did you guys hear me? When they're not simultaneously executed, this means one will end and the other will start. We need to link them. Can I get you guys the word linking? So let's go link them. When you link them, grab all these, click on the first one, it's like Excel. Click on the last one. These three. I want these to be sequentially linked, guys. And you can see that little link here. Everybody can see. Go to task. Do you see that link? Link tasks. Now what this means, I link them. Did you guys see that? What I did? Click on it. Can you guys see how it's right here? It finished the first task, start the second. Finish the first, start the second. That's how they should be linked. Huh? Okay, one more time. So you click. Oops. You click, it's like Excel. When you click on here, so now you pick the whole row and hold the shift button and click the last one, group select, like in Excel, right? Group select them. And hit, and make sure you're on task, and hit the little button here that says link tasks. Okay? All right, now you linked your tasks. What does linking task mean, guys? Linking task means that you can link them in two ways. You can start into start or start to start. We're linking them, meaning this task is going to start and finish, then the second task will start and finish, and so forth, sequentially. Did you guys hear me? Now, not all tasks will do this way. Now, sometimes we might have two teams. We have one team would meet with the utility, one team would meet with the owner, right? In this case, they will be sequentially linked. The same thing, guys, I want to also link the project and the schematic design phase. Can you guys click on these two? And I'm going to link them. It doesn't allow me to link them. Okay, I didn't know what okay. Never mind for that one. I think they are already linked here when we assign it. Okay, so we linked the task. So the task is the most important thing. We linked our task, meaning a task will start and end, then another task will start and end. Okay, now let's go to the second stage. Now we're done with the schematic design. We need to go to a stage called design development. That's when they come to you at Michelle Cooley-Erickson, guys. They come to you and they say, now we know what we're doing. Here's the narrative. And based on this narrative, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and start developing the blueprints and the spec and so forth. So this is going to be design development. Design. Okay, here's my design development. Okay, do me a favor. This stage, it's called design development. Can you indent it, because this is a phase? I want to go. Can you guys see in task and outdent it? Outdent it. Did you guys see that? It sits right under the schematic. It should be lined up with the schematic, because that's a stage, a phase. That's a phase. Did you guys see what I did? I outdent it. So it should line up with the schematic design right underneath it. So that's a phase, another phase. Right underneath it, guys. What we did first, the first thing you did. Now you're going to follow this schedule. For this one, I would like you guys to follow this schedule that you did with your friend Chad. Okay, now we're starting the process. Project introduction in Revit Setup 2000. So I'm going to go copy this. That's the first task that we did. Right? We're going to go copy it. Minimize, and I'm going to go put it right in here. See what I did? Okay, so that's the first stage that we did. Oops. And I'm going to go expand it so I can have enough room. Okay, so that's the first task that I've done in this project. We're following our project. Now, since this is a task, Adam, I'm going to go indent the task. Can you guys see what I did? I clicked on it, indent it so it can go under the stage or the phase of design development. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Mine looks like yours. Cool. Now, what do you have? You have a task under a new phase of the construction. A task under a new phase. A task under a new phase. Any comments, guys? Any questions? Kieran, are we good there? Am I going too slow, too fast? Yes, no? Can I have feedback, guys? Yeah, good. All right. Now let's go assign a time for this. Our time for this one, guys, we wanted to. Okay, now let's go back what we did. We spent that day we spent 4 days. Because well, let's say 5 days. It was a whole week. It was assigned for a whole week. So we're gonna spend 5 days. So why don't you type 5? And just click, here's my 5 days. And if you just type 5, it will put days. If you type 5H, it will put 5 hours. Everybody knows how to do. If you put 5, it put days. If you put a number in that cell, the duration, it will put only days. Okay, double click on it and give it a task. Who did this? Who did the design development? You guys, me in this case, and you did the design development. So assign a resource. Now we have just assigned a resource. Chad Curdy did 5 days of design project introduction and Revit setup, right? So that was the thing that we did. And let me just see what else did we did that week. That's the week. Let's go back into the. So we have Hulberg also engineering introduction. They came here for 2 hours, right? So that was another task that was done by Hulberg. So I'm going to go copy that baby under this stage. Come over here, dump it. Now, okay. So they were here for like say 2 hours. Here's my 2 hours. And who did that one? That was Joe. Type Joe V. Vumala and Paul. You don't have the whole details. Paul. What's Paul's last name? Paul. Okay, have to get Paul. All right, so I'll get you that one. And so these are the resources that we have. And you guys can edit this one. Joe V and Paul. What the heck is Paul? I'll find the last name. Sorry, Paul. So can you guys see the text here is screwed up here? My text, because I brought the text text. Oops. You can get your text here adjusted. What was the text that we use here? 11 and this text. So you can adjust your text here if you brought. Here's my 11, and I can't remember what was whatever text that we used. You can align your text. So make sure that your text is and the see it. And you can come over here and no There is no color. I brought a color with it. You can adjust your text if you from right up there. Everybody can see that? You can adjust your text and make them different, like Excel. All right, now this task need to be indented though. Can you guys see that? Click on it here, click on the task and click indent. And you click on indent again. So now I want to make sure it's right underneath the design development, exactly what you guys did. I don't know why we have two indents here. Maybe I did two indents. No, I did not. Okay, never mind. Design development. I just screwed up mine here. Don't worry. Okay. There you go. Can you guys make sure that yours look something like this? Assign a resources. We did assign resources. These are the only tasks that we did. We have 2 hours. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We did with that. Now, these were, we did the project and then they come and did the introduction. So let's link them. I'm going to go link them, start to end. Let's just say we did, click on the first one, click on the second one. I'm going to go link them. I linked them. So after we did the introduction, you don't have to really. So after we did, well, how that would be. So after we did the introduction, maybe it's not a good idea here to link them. Why don't you guys don't do that, because they were they came at the same time. You know what? Not a big deal. So we linked them. We did the setup, and then they came and they introduced a project. Should be we did the introduction and then they came. Anyway, it doesn't. It's just 2 hours. So let's go link them. These are the 2 tasks that we did under this particular project, under this design development, right? We did setup for Revit. I'm interested more in the setup for Revit and project introduction. Okay, now let's go one more task here. The second thing that we guys did is also project like this. Now we're going to go to next week, and you guys can imagine what you're going to be doing. Here you go. So we're going to go to next week. This week, which is we are in right now, this is the task that we are assigned to us: project schedule and load calculation. Can you guys see that? So I'm going to go copy it. I'm going to go put it right in here and paste it. Project schedule. It's too big of a letter here. I'm going to go. Oops. Come on, Chad. Mine is so jumpy these days. I'm going to go adjust the text because I don't want to type. And then for this project, guys, for this particular project, we have 5 days. We're going to spend 5 days, 5 days on it. And who are the resources for doing this task? It's going to be you. You're doing this, right? Chad Curdy. And you pick the resources. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We got the rhythm. And you're going to go right through it. So what else? Let's do the second thing. What else did we do this week? Now we're going in this week. Let's go here. We had power distribution. Can you guys see that? Cutler Hammer came and did a power distribution. So I'm going to go copy. And our speaker here came. Right click and paste it. Here's my speaker. Let's just say power distribution. The resources. Can you guys see the resources? Copy this as resources. Todd was my resources here. So let's go grab it here and put him. Oops, it doesn't allow me to copy. Okay, so let's hear Todd Christensen. Todd was our resources for this presentation. And let's go align it a little bit better here. Let's just say power distribution. And just because I'm copying, I'm going to delete the bottom. Okay, so I only have one power distribution. Power distribution speaker, change the color, make sure it's the same font and blah, blah, blah. For this one, we assign what? He has for 2 hours, so 2 each hours. And here's my friend Todd here. This is how it's going to look like. So we did assign it 2 hours for it. Any comments, guys? Any questions? Comments, questions? So 5 days. I'm going to go, guys, and link them, though. Look what I'm going to do. I want to go link these from the first to the last that I've done, because these tasks have to be sequentially done. And I'm going to go link them. Can you guys see that? Now, I linked all the tasks that I've done and all the activities that I've done, start to end, start to end. Can you have thumbs up, Chad? Because you can't start week 2 before finishing week 1. So when you go to your Gantt chart start looking, can you guys see that? First, we did, I don't know if you can see, Sirab and Joe Vumala did the introduction. Then we did the load calculation and schematics. And I don't know, didn't we use resources? Let me see what happened to the resources. Resources. I did not pick a resource. That's why. I picked Todd as a resource. That's why. So we picked Todd as a resource for the power distribution. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We linked them. Okay. Now, look at them. Look what happened, Karen. We have the design development starting at the same time with the schematic. Is that true? Does the design development and the schematic phases start at the same time? No. So we need to link now, Matt. We link 2 things. First, you need to link the tasks, and then you need to link the phases. Okay. So go minimize. Click on this, guys. So you minimize. Oops. Click on this. Minimize the phases. Okay. When you do that, you minimize the phases. So here's the schematic design phase. Here's the design development phase, right? Now I need to, what do I need to do, Brian? I need to link the 2 phases, start into start. Meaning, schematic design cannot start before design development. I mean, design development cannot start before schematic design. You start, finish, move on. So go minimize. Everybody did that. Go click on the first one, hold the shift, click on the second one, and what do? Everybody can see that link. Link them. Link them. So I don't know, it didn't move it though. Let's see what we did here to move it. Okay, so what we did, we should have done that from the beginning, of course, is we started here. I'm gonna go change. Can you guys see that? Should all be linked. So I started at, they do start at the 7 though. They should be, let's go pick the one started at what is 7 at the 8. So that's what was the duration of this? The duration was the 8, right? Let's go start this one. Can you guys see that? This started all the way until the 8th, Tuesday the 8th. Let's go Tuesday the 8th. Let's go start this one on Wednesday. There you go. So what I did, I started all these tasks on Wednesday. The first task, then go link the first, this one here. Link them one more time, unlink, and link. It should be able to adjust them. Right? Did it do that? Yep. 10, 10, 9, 9. Yep. It adjusts them accordingly. So this is how your schedule should look like. We started the schematic design. We finished it with all these resources. We started the design development, and we finished it. We didn't finish it yet. We're working on it. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? Anybody need help linking and unlinking? You can adjust. See what I did here is I adjusted that date here. The first task on the second stage, right here. You can adjust that date at any time. So it reflects, so they don't start at the same time. Okay. Any comments, guys? Any questions? Any comments? Any questions? Do you see how your Gantt charts start working? Yes, sir.
Yeah, mine's just a little weird.
Okay, let me see where you are. Give me a sec. Okay, so let's go, guys. So then you're gonna type the whole thing here, basically. You're gonna go type it. Type the whole thing. But because I don't want to, you guys will continue typing, yeah? I want to go start with, you type basically the whole schedule, right? Look at the schedule here. You're going to type every single thing here. Copy and paste the whole schedule. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? I want to do the last one so I remind you. The last one was going to be project binder and presentation. I'm just going to go copy. I'm going to go put it right here just to, well, right here to remind you, and paste it. And I'm going to adjust the font, and I'm going to go assign let's assign a resource for it. Chad is going to do it. Mine is Jumpy here. And my resource is 5 days for it. And I will link it. So everything that you do, guys, click on the first one, click on the second one, always link them. Now, if you want to insert a new task, this is what you do. Between them, guys, you click on that one, insert. Can you guys say insert a task? And you can always insert a task between any two tasks. Can you guys see it? Right click is like Excel. Insert a row. A row. Insert a row. You can insert tasks between them. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? If we did the last one, you can insert a task. You made a mistake, you want to delete a task, right? Made a mistake. No problem. I highlight, click on this. See, highlighted it. Hold the shift button, click on the second one, and hit the button delete. And gentlemen, you just got yourself a deleted item. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that one. Before I jump, I'm going to go jump into design development. I'm going to leave it and go into the second stage, guys. You will fill this information, otherwise we'll spend here. I'm going to go, so look at this. Now I did design development. You're going to fill all this information in the design development. I want to remind you guys, make sure you look at these two. Then I'm going to go right underneath it. I'm going to do construction. When you're done finishing all these tasks, which is exactly like we did, make sure you type it, you assign a resource for it, and link. Type, assign resource, link. Type, assign resource, link. Then you gentlemen are going to do construction. So I want to go jump. Everybody, I need thumbs up before I leave this one. Everybody knows how to finish the design development. Yes, yes, yes. Todd, Kieran, okay. For the sake of the time, because I don't want to type all of them, that's going to be yours, guys. I'm going to jump into the construction because it's the same thing. Now you guys continue with me. Why can you continue with me? Because you can insert a task later on, right? Continue working with me. So let's do the construction so I can build the frame for you. Then you can go back and insert all these with the stuff that you did as insert task. Insert task. I'll show you how. Okay, we're going to do construction. I'm going to type right here construction. Construction. Now, let's just say construction. Let's type it. Let's say construction development. Construction development. Now we start the construction. Construction development. Now, please follow with me. Now, this is coming as a task. I want to outdent it. Can you guys see? Outdent it slightly, and then go underneath it. Okay. I have construction development. That's the stage of the construction I'm going to be doing. It's called construction development. Now, under the construction development, guys, I'm going to have rough in. We need to rough in the building. Again, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Installation, what? There's a slab. And again, we're summarizing here, guys, because there's a slab work yet. You have to get involved in. But let's just say, ignore that one, and we're going to do rough in. What's rough in? Karen, you did electrical with us. When you rough in, you put all the conduits. Do you guys remember when Todd was here? And he said, we send the guts. We send the boxes for the electrical contractor so they can do the rough in. They put all the conduits through the boxes. Nothing inside the box. They pull their conductors in the outside boxes. No devices. You just put the conduits. You build the conduit system and the box system. And you pull conductors inside the conduits and the boxes. No devices whatsoever. Cool? You're just basically building your conduit system. You're building your conduit system. If it's MC cable, you're pulling your MC cable into a box and you push all these conductors inside the box, right? So people can do the finishing. Because remember, guys, when you do rough in, why do we rough in? Because they have to sheetrock the walls. So you put your conduit, if it's sheetrocked walls, you're going to put your conduit, your cables, your boxes, everything is good. Then they come and sheetrock the walls. Then you come and paint and blah, 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 right? Then what do we come and do after that? We sheetrock and paint. We come and we do a stage called finishing or devising. Can I have a thumbs up, Chad? When it comes to the construction, there are two major stages. Two major ones. One, we're going to rough in. Second, we're going to do installation and finishing. Okay, let's do the rough in. So I'm going to go my rough in. I'm going to call it rough in. And right, this is, remember, this is a substage. This is, so I have a phase and a subphase, rough in, or whatever they call it. And right underneath it, I'm going to do rough in power and lighting for building. Is that what we did? Rough in power and lighting. So let's do, and then rough in low voltage system for building, rough in switch gear. These are the panels, and rough in site. These are the three stages that I'm going to do the rough in. Cool? Did you guys hear me? Now, you could, this is like slicing a pie, Derek. How do you slice a pie? Any way, shape, or form, you know how, right? What's going to decide the slicing my pie is better than the slicing yours? Experience. Nothing but experience. How are you going to rough in the building with a crew? Multiple electricians work in the field. You're going to assign them. Now you're a project manager. You have a manpower or a staff power, and you are aligning all these staff power all over, and they're doing all this rough in. How are you going to assign them? So I'm going to tell you the resources that we have for this, guys. So I have, let's go rough in power and lighting for building and low voltage. Let's go type these, will you? So I can't copy. I should be a copy file to a clip. I don't want to copy the whole file. How do you copy from there? I should be able to copy it. Okay, let's just say we'll type it. Rough in power and lighting. So a power and lighting, guys, this is the first task. Again, power and lighting, let's just type them in. This is all the conduits and the cables related to your power and your lighting. Then we're going to do rough in low voltage systems. For my low voltage systems, again, you can divide it in any way, shape, or form. And what was the last one? Rough in switch gear, rough in site. We don't have a switch gear, so let's call it rough in panels. Rough in panels. Well, you know, I like switch gear though. Switch gear, rough in switch gear, that's all the panels, and rough in site. Rough in site, whatever we need to do. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We have all these rough in stages. Then the first thing you need to do is we need to link them under construction. So click on the first one and click on the last one and indent. We're going to indent all of them and we're going to link them, because you can't, well, not link. Let's not link first. Let's not link. So just indent them. Can you guys see how now they are under the construction? And also I want to go and put all the rough in under the sub phase of rough in. So can you guys see, click on these and indent again. Can you guys see how it looks like? I have the construction development, that big phase, divided into sub phases of rough in, and under the rough in, all these are the tasks that I'm going to be assigned to. Am I the only one who's excited? Okay, now let's go to do duration. Rough in site. Here's what I gave you guys for rough in site. Oops. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. Where are we here? 75. No, it doesn't cut it. 100. So 150, 150. Okay, so for rough end, let's go down here. What did we say for rough end? What are the resources? For rough end, here's what I would like you guys use these rough numbers. Rough numbers. We're gonna do 6 days. It looks like we're gonna do. These are upside down here. Rough end for the light, for the building we're doing 3 days. Low voltage, let's flip these. Let's do 6 days for the light and the power, 3 days for the low voltage. Rough end for the site. These are the crews that's going to be working on. Let me see just how did we do the crews here. We have a crews. Here's the crews that we did. Your crew is going to be crew 1, apprentice 1 and 2, and journeyman 1. Okay, let's go get into the the crew business. Crew 1, crew 2, crew 3 is the ones, and then crew 1 will come and finish the rest of them. I see. So before we did the resources, let's just okay, crew 1 and 2. Okay, so let's go back into assigning resources, guys, for this one. For the rough end, let's put 6, what did we say, 6 days to do the rough end power. Okay, click on it, guys, and let's put resources. For resources, I would like you guys to assign the following. For resources, we're going to have journey. Let's just build them this way. Journeyman, number 1, JM1, that's journeyman number 1, and that's resource number 1. I want to have apprentice number 1. A is apprentice number 1, and I need apprentice 2, apprentice number 2. 2 apprentices and a journeyman, and those guys will be working on it simultaneously 100% of the time. Did you guys hear me? So I assigned a journeyman 1 in Minnesota. When you assign your labor, guys, you cannot assign more than 2 apprentices to a journeyman. Okay, you can't. So I'm gonna have 2. I'm a master electrician. You guys are non-licensed. I will be the master or the journeyman there. You will be working with me. Now this is a crew of how many? Now they're gonna be a crew number 1. That will be crew 1. That will be crew number 1. Journeyman 1, apprentice 1, and apprentice 2. Okay. So those are the guys who's going to be working on the first task, on the power and lighting. For the low voltage, for roughing for low voltage, let's give these 3 days. Okay, and let's go assign them the following. For rough end, we're going to assign journeyman number 2, journeyman 2, now another journeyman, and apprentice number 3. Remember, we're down 3, and apprentice number 4. So apprentice 4 and apprentice 3. These have nothing to do with the year of service. They're all very competent apprentices, but we're calling them 3 and 4 to distinguish them. So I have another crew, Karen. Crew 2 now. We have 2 crews. Crew 1 is journeyman 1 and apprentice 1 and 2. Crew 2 is going to be journeyman 2 and apprentice 1 and 3 and 4. Derek, does it make sense? So this is the second crew that's going to be working on the low voltage. Okay. Let's see if we got that one. The crews. And the last task, the switch gear. I'm going to go assign. How many days did we assign for that guy? Let me just see what we did for these. 6 days roughing gear. Roughing gear. Let's go for roughing gear. Put 6, 3. Let's put 2 here. 2 days for this guy. And let's go assign the resources for the rough end. I'm going to call it journeyman number 3. Now this is, oops, what did I do, chat? Cancel. Double click on this. I'm typing in the wrong location here. Journeyman number 3. Now the last team is going to be 3. Apprentice number, apprentice number 4, and apprentice number 5. These are not year apprentices. They are just number. Those apprentices are all competent, so they will be probably apprentice year 4 or year 3 in their apprenticeship. But we're calling them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did they say? 1, 2. No, we did. It
should be 5 and 6.
Yeah, thank you. This should be 5. Thank you. One of us is awake. I knew. So this should be 5, and this should be number 6. This should be number 6. Thank you. That's because we used the other one. Okay. So that's the second crew that's going to be working on this. I need a thumbs up, Chad. We know that with your wide wisdom, Chad, you decided to use 3 crews in this building, right? And Derek, if you give it to a contractor, he say, well, that's knucklehead. I'm going to use 1 crew, or you know what I mean? The way you divide your crews, there's so many ways. I have 9 electricians. 3 of them are licensed and 6 are not. I decided to use this. Those are my workforce. The 3 licensed people can supervise no more than 2. So when you do your math, they're going to have 3 crews of 3 people each. One of them is licensed. The others are apprentices. The licensed ones will make more money, obviously. And that will be part of your estimating. When we go to estimating in the spring and you guys start taking off the project, that's the manpower they're going to be doing. And by the way, all this description is in the schematic that I gave you. Okay. Now, I want you guys to look at my tasks so you can see how we're going to link them. For the construction rough end, I have Journeyman 1, Apprentice 1 and 2. They're doing the light and power rough end. And another team simultaneously, did you guys hear me? Simultaneously doing Journeyman 2 and Apprentice 3 and 4, simultaneously doing the rough end for low voltage. And I have the rough end for the switch gear, Journeyman 3, 5, and 6 apprentices simultaneously. These are 3 crews roaming around in that building, might be too much, and building the rough end. Now, Derek and Karen, do I have to link them start to end now? There's 3 separate crews. Can be simultaneously working at different tasks? Yes. Can be simultaneously working at the same task? They can, but they will be chirping on each other. So what you do then, you don't link them start to end or end to start. You don't do that. Why? Because you have different crews doing different things at the same time. That's okay. Can I have thumbs up, Chad? We fully understand that one? Fully understand that. Okay, now, I'm going to go do rough end for the site. I have one little problem, though. I ran out of crews. I have 3 crews. They're already assigned tasks. So now look at it. Which one of them can I pick? Should I pick the first crew or the second or the third to finish this task? Which one is likely you think this has 2 days to work? After they finish their 2 days, what do you think of bringing this crew to do this task, right? Because those guys work 6 days, they're fully. Those guys are working 3 days. Those guys are working 2 days on this task, right? So I need to go grab those guys that least utilized and put them on the site. Okay, see what I did? So I'm going to go assign 2 days for the site. Okay, and double click on it and pick, click on that. Here's all your resources. I'm going to pick Apprentice 3, Apprentice 5, and underneath it, Apprentice 6. And underneath it, a Journeyman, what did they say, Journeyman? Journeyman 3, thank you, sir. Those are going to be my crews on this rough end. Now, one little thing though. Now, Brian, can you guys see that this is the same team working simultaneously at 2 different tasks? You can't do that. So what do? Anybody can think? Link. So go grab these 2 tasks only. These 2 tasks, right? Can you guys see that? These 2 tasks, grab them and link them. Can you guys see that? Why did they link these? Because these are these tasks are done by the same crew. They can't simultaneously work on 2 different tasks. I need thumbs up, Chad. Cool? Okay. Karen, we're good? Now, before we leave, I would like you guys to link. Okay, so this is my rough end. I would like you guys to go minimize everything, and I'm going to go the phases. Can you guys see? These 2 phases are linked, but what happened to this phase? What happened to this phase? This phase is not linked. So why don't you guys go, again, relink the phases, because the phases have to be linked. Okay, now it didn't do much because now they're linked, but I have to go back to construction and change the start date of my construction. Let's say rough end. Let's see where we are here in terms of, okay. So we started, we're going to start, when did we finish the design? Design development finished was 10/23. Okay, I need the rough end to start. Now, this is where you pick up the date for your rough end. When are you going to start rough end? Okay, we finished the design, wherever the design is going to be done. You guys are going to be picking up a date. Remember, we're going to finish the project in December. So let's go pick a date of construction in January. on Minnesota. That would be great to do construction in Minnesota. So let's go click on here. So we're going to do all this. We're going to be working on designing the project. And just for the heck of it, go choose January 8th is my new construction. My construction is going to start at January 8th. Okay? That's when my construction is going to start. Can you guys go there, adjust these one to January 8th? Did they say January 6th? January 6th. Yep. January 6th is my start Monday. Of 2014 is my start for construction. All these stages will be starting where? January 16. Well, Chad, January 6th. What did I do? Okay. So January, we started that one. And now these have to be linked. If I link these two, should take care of it for me. There you go. So that should take care of it. Okay. Then you can look at your Gantt chart. Can you guys see my Gantt chart now start to develop here a little bit? Can you guys see that? My Gantt chart start to be developed here. All the tasks. So I have all this time. You guys are going to be building construction here, and my construction started right at this time. My construction started right at this time. Can you guys see where my construction started? Can I have thumbs up, Chad? That's what you guys are going to be linking. Okay, we're done with the rough end. Right underneath it, the next stage, guys, that I'm going to be doing, it's called rough end inspection. We're going to do an inspection. Okay, we need to have an inspection, make an appointment with inspector, rough end inspection, make an appointment with inspector, inspection, resolve inspection issues. These are the next stage. And we're assigning for this task a 2-day deal. So we're having a couple of hours, 4 hours and 8 hours. Okay, let's go do that one. Rough end inspection. I'm going to go here and say rough end. Rough end inspection. This is a sub-task. So I'm going to go, look what I'm going to do, Matt. I'm going to go type it and outdent it because that's going to be a category. And if you don't know which to outdent and what to indent, guys, you can see the sample that I gave you. I'm going to say make an appointment, inspection. Make inspection appointment. And then we're going to have the inspection. And the last task we're going to do here, resolve issues. Resolve inspection issues. We're going to resolve inspection issues. Now, I want you guys to click on the first task and the last 3 tasks. Can you guys see the last 3 tasks? These will be indented under the rough end inspection. That's kind of a sub-phase because I have to wait to make an appointment, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go indent them. Can you guys see that? So here's my rough end inspection. My inspection. For the making an appointment for inspection, let's start. Okay, now we did the rough end. We finished the rough end January. It looks like January 9th. So let's start this task. We'll do this sequentially. Okay, so let's how many hours we gonna assign that baby making an inspection? Let's say just 2 hours. Call and arrange and blah blah blah. 2 hours. Inspection. I can't remember how much we gave the inspection. Inspection, we're going to give it 4 hours. 4 hours to do the inspection. Resolve inspection issues. We're going to give resolve inspection issues 1 day. Let's just say 1 day. 1 day to go resolve the inspection issues. All these numbers are given to you guys. I'm going to go link these. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to go link them because can you resolve the inspection issues before you inspect? So go link them. They're all linked. They're all linked. And I'm going to go link the two stages of rough of construction. Can you guys see that? Go to the rough-in and rough-in inspection, because you can't do the rough-in phase before inspection phase before you rough-in, and link these two. Okay, so now I linked my stages. I think it did. Okay, so 10/30, 2013. Okay. We'll adjust that one. So I have 10/30, 2013. I need to go do my inspection. When I finish, guys, I finish 1/9. Let's go start the inspection, and then that will adjust it. Start the inspection. We finish 1/9. We're going to start the inspection January 13 here. And then relink these. So hopefully that will take care of it. Here you go. So I just started my inspection. Make an appointment is January 13, 2014. And that will pull the... I linked all the tasks here, these tasks. So here's my rough-in inspection. Let's go look at resources. Did we assign the resources for that boy? Okay, let me just see where you are before I assign the resources here. Okay, can I just, guys, walk you through one little thing? And I know you need to fill all the design development. If you guys follow with your friend Chad, it's going to be much easier. So, Adam, let's do this. Since the next stage, guys, let me show you. Since now we finished the rough-in inspection, install and final inspection is very similar to, the tasks are very similar to rough-in inspection. So since they're very similar, except the names are going to be different. Look how easy that is. The last two, look what I'm going to do. So if I were you guys, I will come to minimize this. If you want to do this task with me, can you guys minimize these? Click on this and click on this. I want to go copy these rough-in inspection and rough-in inspection sub-phases, copy them, rename them as install. So look what, did you guys highlight it like this? Okay, right click, and you see where it says copy, and click right underneath it, and paste it. Just paste. And you got yourself an exact copy of what you have done at the top. Why this is important? So now I'm going to go and to this task. I'm going to call it, instead of rough, let's go. So did you guys copy them? I'm going to go to, remember, it's the second rough-in. I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call it install. We call it install. Installation. Let's just say installation. Installation. Okay, just put installation. So this is going to be my installation. And the one rough-in inspection, I'm going to click on it and call it, instead of rough-in, I'm going to call it installation. Inspection, or final inspection if you want to, installation inspection. And then the rest is so then, and the rough-in here, can you guys see where it says rough-in? Just type installation. Oops. You're going to go change the, just put installation. I hope I spelled it right. Installation. I think you should be able to copy it and paste it. Yep, copy here. So copy it and right in the front of each one of these tasks. See how things goes fast instead of rough-in, because the same team, they're going to be the same, doing the same thing, guys. So I'm going to leave the same teams, the same tasks, everything. So you click on it, come over here, change the switchgear installation and what's not. Because we're going to rough-in and then we're going to install whatever needed to be installed. Again, you could change the duration. Installation site. Okay, so here's what I did. I have rough-in, installation, and installation, make an appointment, inspection, resolve inspection issues. These will continue to be the same, guys. The only thing that you need to do here, did you guys see what I did? Copied it. Now the only thing you need to do is change the date. I want to remind you, highlight all of them, and I want to go link. These have to be all linked. Can you guys see that? Go link them. All have to be linked, start, end to start. And then I'm going to go to the installation, and start my installation. Which day I'm going to start my installation, Chad? Okay. This is not this installation. The installation is right here. When do I want to start my installation? Look, right now it's starting at the same time as the inspection and everything else, right? Can I do that? I can't do that. So the last day you guys going to do the rough end is going to be Wednesday the 15th. Now installation, remember when you rough end, you're going to wait how long? Well, I don't know how we're going to do that. Let's just wait. After we finish, that will be January 15th. Let's just go here, guys, and wait from January 15th until February 1st. Let's go to February Monday. Let's start February 3rd, okay? That's when I'm going to start my construction. So put the first task under installation, start with February 2nd, 3rd, and the same thing here. This one is going to be, it's going to start at the 2nd, and this also is going to be start at the 2nd because these are different teams. Okay, the 2nd. And these two are going to be relinked. Remember how the same team did both things here? I'm going to go unlink them and relink them. Relink the last two. Okay, so now I finished my installation January 6th, it looks like. Then my inspection is going to start after that. So my installation finished January 10th, it looks like here. I'm going to go make my appointment, not January, February. February 10, let's just make an appointment immediately for inspection the 11th, right? Just the 11th. So I did my appointment the 11th. And these will be linked together. So it start February 11th. Okay, so now if you look here, how your linking for installation is going, look at this. Now I have my inspection as well as my installation. Can you guys see how it's all linked? Any comments, guys? Any questions? And they're all part of my major constructions. So if you made any mistake with this, guys, look at this space. What are we doing here? Can you guys see that room here? That's when we do rough end. We're not there. We're waiting for them to finish rough end, right? That room. Okay. The last thing I want to add, guys, is so we finished the rough end installation inspection. I'm going to have a task, the last task, deliver finished project. I'm going to call it deliver finished. That's when everything electrically is done, and I'm going to give it to the owner. I want to remind you guys, here's the stages: schematic design right here, design development, construction. The last one here that I just typed, I want to outdent it once, twice. Is that right? Yep, once, twice, right here. So I want a deliver finished project to the owner. That's my category. Right underneath it, final walkthrough with owner. Final walk through with owner. Okay, so that's a task that I want to do. I'm going to assign a task. When are we going to walk with how long will it take us? Let's just say a day. Assign 1 day for this task. When is it going to start? We're going to start, we're finishing here, guys, the 12. Let's go 12 January, February 12 here we finish. Let's go the 17th, Monday. So we have Monday the 17th. We're going to walk with the owner because we have just delivered their project for them. Cool? Delivered their project for them. And I want to indent this because that's part of the final delivery. And gentlemen, oh, I need to also indent this one. Here you go. That's how it should look like. So I have schematic design, design development, construction development, and delivered finished project. These are the stages, and you can expand them and see what's underneath each one of these. Can you guys see that? expand them. How is when expand them? The construction has also sub-phases. I have my rough-in phase, my rough-in inspection, my installation phase, and my installation inspection or final inspection. Now, how are they linked? If you made a mistake in the linking, I can help you with the linking. Don't worry. Which links to what? At the end, your project should be all linked like this. I don't know if you guys can see. Here's how you check yourself. You have to make sure all these are checked. Like when you minimize all of them, can you guys see that? Minimize all of them, and you go look at your Gantt chart. Can you guys see how we walked with the owner? So there's certain time. Everything is right under. Here's my construction. Wait for the construction. Here's all my stages. Pre-design. Here's my pre-design, design, all the way into the construction. And can you guys see how they're all linked? Some of them have gap because we have to wait for rough and stuff to happen. There you go. If you expand them, if you click underneath them, you'll see the task underneath each and every one of them. If you expand, you can see how the Gantt chart is going to show the task. Look at this. For example, here's all my tasks underneath this. Here's my task. Immediately you start seeing the tasks. So that you're going to be reviewing this math and looking, make sure does it fit under that subcategory or not. Mistake, for example, if this task here that's supposed to be under installation is under rough-in. That's just as easy as adjusting the start date. Can I have thumbs up, Chad, with adjusting the start date? Now let's go print it. So that's what you guys are going to do. When you go print, when you finish this, I want to remind you guys that you still have to do a lot. I did not do half of what I need to do under design development. So you're going to, later on, you're going to come to the design development, Derek, my friend, and right in here, can you guys see that? You're going to go right click and insert a task, and right click again and insert a task. And these are all the stuff that we missed that you guys are going to be adding. It would not screw up the stuff that you did downstream. It will continue. If you put the date right, it will continue working. Did you guys hear me? You can insert more and more tasks to fill the design development project. Now, when everything is up and running, when you click on the commercial project, everything should be right under the commercial project. If yours does not do this, when you click on it, it hides it under the commercial project. It's not set up right. Okay? That's how it should be when you guys are done. That's how it looks like. All these are the phases of one project called commercial project. Now I'm going to go print this because that's what you guys are going to be doing with your friend Chad. So make sure, I think you should make sure you expand it. I think you have to expand it. I can't remember. So here's expand all these stuff. Then you're going to come to file, print. When you go file, print, guys, here's what I would like you to do. If I can have your attention, Brian, my friend, and Karen and Derek. You're going to go file, print. You need to go to this printer or any other printer. I go 52. That will give you 11 by 17. Then a printer property. Make sure you pick 11 by 17 from here. Can you guys see that? 11 by 17 is picked as you're printing. It's already picked. Then you have page setup. Can you guys see page setup? My page setup is also picked as 11 by 17. So everything is cool. And then when you go to the page setup, it will ask you, how do you want to print it? Right now, I'm saying fit to one page. You can, later on when you guys print it, you can fit it into 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages by adjusting it here or fitting and adding. You can add fit to 2 pages. For the time being, I would like you guys to fit in 1 page. And then when you hit, this is how it's going to look like. Your project is going to look like this. That's what you're going to print by Friday for your friend Chad. It's very doable. When you copy it, it's really typing. It's really not a whole lot to it. The only thing that could confuse you, Adam, is the linking. And if it's wrong when you printed it, there's some issues with the linking. We'll correct it. If you followed with me, guys, you're done 60%. You're done right now. If you've just followed with me, you're done with your project 60%. Any comments, any questions? So that's what we have. I'm going to go, if, like I said, if something doesn't make, if you made a mistake in any task, highlight that task or tasks and delete them. and you got yourself a Microsoft project. This is only, guys, probably 10% of Microsoft project is capable of doing. Microsoft project can track the progress of your project. We're only using it for construction scheduling. So Karen, we have a design build project. We started the schematic design by meeting with the owner, the utilities, design a sketch of the power and narrative. Then we go to design development and we developed all the stuff, all the sheets and so forth. Then we moved into the construction development and we did the rough in with inspection and installation with inspection. And at the end, we walked with the owner so we can tell them, here's your house or here's your building. Why don't you guys pay us $2 million now? What I didn't assign here, guys, is the dollar values, and you have milestones where you can meet with the people and get money and what's not. But that probably will cover 95% of what I would like you to cover at this time. Any comments, any questions? So that's what I have for you guys lecture-wise. I'm going to remind you tomorrow I'm going to be lecturing, so from our book. So we'll spend the whole day, guys. If you need help with the load calculation, raise your hand, guys. If you don't raise your hands, I don't know if you need help. You know, there's a lot of stuff to do, but we have an ample amount of time to be utilized to do our stuff, I believe. Any comments, guys, before I stop here? Any comments? How about let's start with Matt? The devil is in the details, Chad. Really not a whole lot. This particular one, not a whole lot to it. You're going to screw up just with the linking. That's about it. Picking a date or whatever. Adam, how are we doing? Good. Derek, my friend, did they do anything to your sugar?
No.
Up or down? I didn't see you giving. Okay. Brian, good. Karen, okay. And again, if you guys need more time, I'll give you time. I don't mind. But you know, we have every week, guys, we have a task. So you know, it at the end of the week, it becomes a big deal at the end of the project. So if you please, when I assign a task for you, please do it. Please utilize me. You might get stuck, Adam, 5 times where I can unstuck you in a second. Can I guys get you to understand that one, Derek, my friend? Please ask me, say, Chad, I'm stuck here. Instead of, you can, if you have time, figure it out. But if you don't have time, I can unstuck you. Most 99% of the time. There's 1% of the time I get stuck too. Okay, thank you guys.